Right, if you're quite new to 3D printing or you're thinking about getting a 3D printer, this video might be perfect for you because I'm going to tell you about some of the problems I've had and how I've resolved them problems, so keep an eye out for that bit. Also, I'm going to show you where you can get your 3D models from, like these little dinosaurs here, and what software I actually use. I'm not going to go into fine detail about how to use the software. I will do another video at a later stage, but I'm going to show you what software I use and how easy it is to actually use that bit of software. So with that, shall we get on with it? Right, first things first, you will need a scraper at some point. This cost me a whopping £2. I got it from Wilko's. It's actually got Wilko's name on it. And that's all you need. And that is for getting the 3D model off of the actual bed. Very important that you get one of them. I didn't realise that I didn't have a decent scraper, but you definitely need a scraper. Right, let's talk about the pitfalls. Right, so I tried making several products, or several 3D products that is, and on the red one that comes with it, the red filament, they was coming out perfect. See that? It's a nice little square, come out perfectly. And another one that come out perfectly. And I got a black filament. Oops. Got one. My little dinosaur. Get back out there. I've got a black filament, this little baby here. Made by the same company, Pitfalls. Yeah. And again, prints out brilliantly. And also got a yellow filament, this little baby here. Right, the problem is that with the black one, I couldn't finish any job, or the printer would not finish it. Look at that. It's only got half a body. The top half is missing. See that? And the same as the base. I was trying to make a base, like this base on the yellow one. I was trying to make that with the black. And look, that one finished. I haven't took the bottom off yet, but that one's finished. And that one failed. Again, gets right to the end and just packs up. Now the reason for this is all about money. If you buy cheap filament, you have a high chance that it is going to fail, and that's what happened. I bought this on Amazon and it cost around about £18, so I thought, well, that's not too cheap. It's 1 kilogram, and I just could not get it to work. I spent about a week messing about, adjusting temperatures and all sorts, and no matter what I'd done, it would not finish doing a dinosaur. Anything simple like a little square, it would do. Well, that ain't no good to me, is it? So that is very important. I've watched loads of videos and they all say in the videos, do not buy cheap filament. So that is to be avoided. Do not waste your money on cheap filament. You're worth paying, I think they're only about £4 or £5 dearer. It's worth paying that little bit extra to get results, basically. Like I said, they come out perfect. I mean, look at that little baby. Look at it, it's perfect. I've actually made this little platform. I've actually made it for him, so he's going to be sitting on there like that. I've got to get a glue gun, hot melt glue gun. And then that's going to sit like that. Going to look good. It's for my grandson. He's into dinosaurs. He loves dinosaurs. So when I started printing on my 3D printer, it already come with a little filament, which was a red, and that was coming out perfectly. That was a little bit too small, and he lost an arm. And that was me trying to get it off. So I made it a bit bigger, and as you can see, he had 2 arms, but that one broke off because my grandson broke it off. Kids, eh? So then I started experimenting a bit more, and I made a little raptor, and he come out really nice. They need rubbing down, by the way, so I've got to get some sandpaper as well, so I can rub them all down. I will be buying that at some point. And then I made this little beauty here, as you can see. Well, I showed you that already. And I've gone on and I've made this, and I thought it looks really good. Now these are all on the internet. You can just download these, don't cost you no money whatsoever. You can say thank you to whoever made the design, but yeah, I just downloaded it. I didn't even say thank you to them. I do apologise, but I was a bit busy, and yeah, it was interesting. It's definitely a big learning curve on what you need to do and how to do it, but once you get the right filament, and I've got one inside already, so this is actually the right size filament for actually fitting inside, which is half a kilo. That black one is a 1 kilo one, and it's too heavy, can't go inside because it won't fit. But this yellow one fits in there perfectly. So I'm going to be buying another one of these, but I'm going to go for a red one and fit that in perfectly. But yeah, they look really good. It looks nice and tidy as well. So inside, I'm just going to quickly show you this. This is one I've done earlier today. It's got a little platform on there. You've got to cut all that away. It's quite easy to do. And I'm going to be showing you in a second. And yeah, Millennium Falcon in yellow. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how I use this and how you can get these off quite easily. Or fingers crossed. You just know it's going to go wrong. As soon as I said that, you just think, that's going to go wrong. So I'm going to show you how I get these off. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the websites that I go to for getting my downloads. And I'm also going to show you the software, which is made by this company, by the way. Where you can get that, download it, and yeah, it just works. You have to get the right software though. There's quite a few different versions of this software depending on what 3D printer you're using. So with that, come over here and we'll do the rest of the video. Right, for this part of the video I'm just going to show you how easy or how hard it is to get one of these off. Now these are called supports. See these little things here in between? They're supports, because the 3D printer can't make stuff in the air. It has to be built up, in case you didn't know. So the first thing first, to get that off, just bend it. Hear that? So that is the easiest way of getting it off. There you go. Now then, if it doesn't come off, like this little bit here, get a scraper. And that is it. They can be a bit tougher than that, but basically, as long as you've got a decent scraper, doesn't have to be expensive, it'll be as cheap as this. That's how you get that off. Now then, this has all got to come off, so I'm going to quickly show you how easy or how hard it is to get that out, because this is my first Millennium Falcon, and hopefully it will just come apart really easy, hopefully. Like I said, I will need to get some sandpaper. I haven't ordered any yet, but I'm going to be ordering some sandpaper so that I can rub it all down, make it nice and smooth. See that? Now that has all got to be thrown away, unfortunately. See? That's pretty good, wasn't it? There's going to be a lot of rubbing down on this little baby. But there are other ways of making a 3D model, and one way is to have it being made like that, so that would be a lot smoother and you wouldn't need so much support. But I wanted, for my first Millennium Falcon, I wanted it to be made like that. That's nice, isn't it, eh? Like I said, it will need a lot of rubbing down. We'll need a hell of a lot of rubbing down. This took about 6 hours, or just over 6 hours to make, believe it or not. It's not a fast thing, but you get there in the end. Right, so I'm going to clean that up, or try my best to clean that up. I'm not going to do it right now because it can take too long. But there you go. That's the basics of removing it from the actual bed itself. And that looks really good, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh look, there's some building there as well, or support I should say. You've got to dig them out. I have got a little tool for digging these out, but you will have to find your own. Oh, don't want to break it. You've got to be careful. The other thing is, if you do break any of these bits, all you need is a bit of glue to put them back on, because it's only plastic. So don't panic if you break something. Just think, oh, I can just re-glue it. So anyway, that's basically it for that bit. So the next bit is, I'm going to show you the websites that I go to for getting the 3D models, stuff like this. And then I'm going to show you the software that I get, or that I downloaded. And I will stick a link in the video description for the software and for where I do my, or get my 3D models from. So with that, I'm going to clean this mess up and we'll get on with the next bit. Right, so what we're going to do now, I'm going to quickly show you some of the websites that I have actually saved in my favourites, and tell you a little bit about them. Then I'm going to show you the website for doing the download for the software, in case you want to download it. And then I'm going to show you how to use the software, but I'm only going to give you a basic overview on how to use the software, because there is a lot in there. But if you want to just get started, the basics that I'm going to show you should help you to get away quite easily. So with that, let's get on with it. So the first one, this one here, this is my main one. This is called Thingiverse. I think that's how you pronounce it, yeah? Thingiverse, yeah, it is. So this is the one I use for most of my downloads that I've been doing, and it's really easy to use. You've got a search bar up there if you want to do a search for a particular thing, like a Star Wars figure or something like that, or dinosaurs. You can just search for them. So like I said, this is the easiest one I found to use. Then there's this one, this is STL, or My Mini Factory. Again, another easy one. I haven't actually joined this. This one you have to, as far as I understand, join it. And again, it has some nice images on there, but I haven't actually tried it out yet. But I've saved it in my favourites for later, for when I'll get a bit more adventurous, if you like. So I'll be using that one. And then you've got this. This is STL Finder. This one's a little bit different to Thingiverse, because when you decide you want to download something, you click on the download thing and it takes you to another page, or another web page, and then you download from there. I've done some and it works fine. Actually, I've done this little red dinosaur down here. Dinosaur didn't come out too well because it was one of my first, and I didn't make it big enough. Made it too small. If you make it too small, it can come out a bit wrong. So that's that one. And here's a big list of load more. So if you need different ones, there's quite a few there, as you can see, and they've got star ratings on them. Thingiverse is #1. There you go. So that is some of the websites that I actually use. And then we go over to the software. Now you need to go to flashful.com and you need to go to downloads. And first of all, when I first done it, I downloaded this one, which is called Flash DL Print, because I thought, oh, I'll download the newest one. And that didn't have my printer on it, so I couldn't use that one. But as you scroll down, you have a load more. And you want this one, Flash Print 464. And that will work for that printer. So if you've got the same printer as me, you will find a list of printers in there that's compatible with, and it will work. So that is all the websites I'm showing you for now. And now we're going to start up the flash print, and it starts up pretty quick. There you go. That's how quick it is. So that is it there. And then basically, you download, once you've downloaded your 3D model, or whatever you want to do with it, then you unpack it, and then all you need to do is copy it over. You can just drag it over. So I'm going to quickly get one for you. I'm going to do a dinosaur one, because I've been doing lots of dinosaurs. We're going to do a T-Rex. So all you've got to do, this little thing here, that's all it is. See it? Drag it over, stick it in the box, and voila, it says it's too big, or it's out of the thing. So this model is off the platform. Do you want to put it in the platform? Yes, I do. Stick it in, and because this is coloured, that means part of the dinosaur is sticking out in different places. So we need to shrink him a bit. So go to scale, and then you just left mouse button, pull it back, and he will shrink as small as you like. So we're just going to leave him like that. So that is how easy it is. So you have a view. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to quickly go over it, but I'm not going to go into fine detail. Control. So view, then you want shift, use your left mouse button, and you can view it from any angle. Like so, easy done. Or you can actually move the object itself. So move, and you can move them backwards and forwards, left and right, wherever you want to put him. Again, easy. Or rotate. Comes up with different options for rotating, so you can turn him, do what you like, or just leave him alone. Right, he's off now. Look, he's gone off the scale now. And rescale him, like I showed you earlier. Yes. And then you can cut him, and basically we'll draw a line down there and cut him in half. That's how that works. So we need to move him back because he's gone off. There you go. We need to put him back on the ground as well. We don't want him in the air. So he's in the air now. I'm gonna just delete him for now because I've messed him up, and it's a lot easier for me at the moment just to delete him. Scale, bring him down to a sensible level, like so. Right. Now the way a 3D printer works, in case you don't know, is it prints from the bottom upwards. So anything that's got overhang like this, like his head, it needs support because it cannot make something in the air. So if something's up there and there's nothing underneath, then when it's making that bit up there, it's just going to sag down and drop to the floor. So you need a thing called support. So what you do, go up here for support. These babies here, and you can set them to different sizes. I've been experimenting with the pillar sizes. That's what they're called, pillars. You can have what they're called a liner or a tree like, but I've been using liner. I find they're quite good. And I started off with about 3 mil, then I went down to, now I'm down to 1, and I'll probably go down to 0.5 on my next adventure. So you click OK for that, and then auto support. Works really well. So that is it. So hopefully you can understand what's happening here. So basically it's building these supports up for the printer to actually make the heads, or the head and the tail and the arms, because the arms will be in the air as well. So that's what that does. So that makes it, or builds it up, and then when it's ready, job done. So then once you've done that, you can add more supports if you feel that you need to. It's quite easy to do, but if you're happy with it, 9 times out of 10 it does a pretty good job, so I don't need to touch it. Go back and then go to print. My printer's offline at the moment, so it won't actually work. And then this bit here, all you need to worry about at the moment, or at the beginning, if you want to just get away and get something printing, is this little bit here, which is your temperature. Mine's set at 230. When I first started, it was on 220, and when I was having trouble with that black, I was messing about with temperatures, and I found 230 for me printed perfectly. I had no issues with it whatsoever. The platform originally on default was on 50. I've reduced it to 40. It's still doing a good job, so I'm leaving it at 40. You know, maybe in the future it might cause me some problems, but at the moment 40 is working perfectly, so why mess about with it? So once you've done this, set your temperatures, click OK. It will calculate how long it's going to take, roughly, and prepare it for sending it over to the printer. So it's going to take 2 hours 54 minutes, just under 3 hours. It will probably be just over 3 hours. Time it warms up and does anything else it needs to do. So that will, like I say, just over 3 hours, I'm guessing. Right, so let me just quickly show you how the printer works. So it starts from the bottom, makes a base, like so, and then it builds it up in layers. And you see these supports, see these are all supports. So it's made a leg, but it's making a lot of supports. Supporting the tail, goes up, supports are still going, now it's supporting the head, and there you go, finished. So it will also support between the two jaws as well. So that is how it works. So then once you're happy with everything, you click on send G code. So you click on that, and in there will be your printer. Like I said, mine's not connected. I don't use Ethernet connection, I use Wi-Fi, and it works perfectly. I have no issues. It takes seconds to get over there, literally. It's, you know, maybe 2-3 seconds, and it's there ready to go. So you connect, and then once you're connected, click on done, and then print. Away she goes. And then once it starts printing, even though it's only on here, once it started printing, you can close this because it's sent all the information to the printer. So you don't need to use this again, or you can preset another one up ready. And that's it. That is how easy it is. But I just wanted to show you the basics of how it works and how easy it is, and where you can get all your models if you don't want to make your own models. Yeah, very easy. Like I said, it's a learning curve for me. It's been really enjoyable, but also frustrating, especially with the filament. Make sure you buy the right filament. Don't buy cheap, all right? Remember that. So with that, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down, and please subscribe. And also, if you're interested in me doing a more in-depth on the software, let me know in the comments, and I will try and make a more in-depth video on how to use the software and show you going from the computer over to the printer and making the actual product. So with that, thanks very much for watching.